Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, mission accomplished is the only way to start this video, because we have now reached that final bus stop of this now journey that we embarked on. As guys, I bring you this Miyetti Allah list conditions to stop clashes between farmers and herders. So now total victory now is what the Fulanis are declaring over pretty much the whole of the southern region, but the southeast in this particular instance. So total victory now is what the Fulanis are declaring, and they are now giving the southerners their terms of surrender. So that surrender now, of course, is the only option that they are making available to the southerners, because the other option, of course, then you know what happened in Ibarapa, what happened to Fashion Royalty's daughter, and what happens to your uncle, auntie, grandma when she goes or he goes to the farms. So again, the headline, Miyetti Allah list conditions to stop clashes between farmers and herders. So now let's now see now what instructions we're getting from our Fulani masters. The Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria MACBAN in the southeast says it will support any policy by the government that seeks to stop the clashes between host communities and the herdsmen. It listed conditions to be followed by the government to stop incessant clashes between its members and farmers in the country. He said the association in the southeast zone was in support of any government policy that will put to an end the continued clashes between Fulani herders and farmers in the country, so long as the policy would be of benefit to both parties. So that is one of the conditions right there, and we all know that that comes with a dollar price tag attached. It continues. According to Siddiqui, the governor's position is a welcome development, but for the policy to work as expected, the following provisions must be in place for peace and equity: the training and retraining of Fulani herdsmen in mechanized grazing, provision of land for ranching in the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT, and a continued town hall meeting. So that should be a continuing, so I'll read it as it should be, and a continuing town hall meeting between government, farmers, and the herders in the affected areas. I believe all this, it will bring to an end the lingering crisis between the farmers and the herders in the country, Siddiqui added. The group maintains that the majority of its members have no idea of mechanized grazing, whilst calling on the government to organize training on that for the cattle breeders. Speaking with reporters on Saturday in Akwa Ibom, Anambra State, the chairman of the association in the southeast, Alhaji Gidado Siddiqui, said about 89% of herders had no such knowledge. The government should train us so that we can plan with the modern system of animal husbandry, because the majority of us have no knowledge of mechanized farming. Miyetti Allah leader was reacting to the decision of the Nigeria Governors Forum NGF on the need for the country to transit into modern systems of animal husbandry that will replace open, night, and underage grazing across the country. He disclosed that the association in the southeast zone was in support of any government policy that would put to an end the continued clashes between the Fulani herders and farmers in the country, so long as the policy would be of benefit to both parties. He noted that the national leadership of MACBAN had banned night grazing 4 years ago. He, however, commended the Southeast governors for their continued support to the association in the zone. So that should be for the association in the zone. Siddiqui, therefore, urged farmers and the host communities where his people were residing to always report any disagreements to the security or other relevant authorities for prompt action to avoid the destruction of lives and property. So there you have it now. The conditions of your surrender is effectively what these people are demanding. Look at the demand. And by the way, before I go any further, we must be clear that this cattle rearing is a private enterprise. It's a private business owned by private individuals. This is not some government something. This is not some NGO. This is not some charitable organization. This is not some community project. This is a private individual going about his private enterprise for profit and for gain. And for that private enterprise now to thrive and to allow other people not only to thrive in their own endeavors, but also to hold on to the most sacred thing, their lives. These are the conditionalities that this guy is attaching. They must train them on how to carry out their own private business. So the government did not pay for my own schooling. I'm not sure if the government paid for your schooling, but the government must train them on how to do modern farming. And by the way, I don't necessarily disagree with that, because it is the duty of government to enable enterprise to thrive at its utmost, at its optimum. And if this is something that will help these people, I am for it. I am even for it were they not doing all the things that they are doing now, and I'm still for it even as they are doing what they are doing now, because really this open grazing, it has no meaning at all anymore. They are now essentially saying it's a cultural thing, but everybody has cultures, and cultures were broken. There are places in the East where having twins was a taboo back in those days, but having twins now is a celebrated thing. There are all manners of cultures all over the world that modernity has consigned to the annals of history. So you cannot say trekking cattle from the Niger Republic to Oyo Alaafin is your tradition, and you must carry on and repress and hold back progress and modernization so that you can continue with this backward and wayward ways. So you cannot do that. So the cultural element is just something that does not hold water, but the lack of knowledge of better ways to do these things is a valid argument, and they cry out for the government to provide that knowledge for these people, so that not only are they not doing that trekking and constituting themselves as a nuisance to other communities, they are not only not doing that, but they are actually better off in a settled settlement where all of the facilities and amenities that they need to thrive in their businesses are provided, and schools are built for their children, and hospitals and the veterinary services are close by, and then of course their products is multiplied tenfold, and the person then that had 100 cows will suddenly have like 1,000 cows, all because of modernization. So all of that is good, and that is well enough. But where this guy now falls short is to tell the government to provide them ranches in every one of the 36 states, including the FCT. What is the meaning of that utter nonsense? Is the government building your own home for you, or is the government setting up your own business for you? Did the government set Otedolas business up, even though he was ripping off the government, but at least he had the intuition to set up his own business? Did the government set up Innocent Motors factory for him in Onitsha or wherever it is? Utter ridiculous nonsense that the government should set you up ranches, and then the government will maintain and run that ranch for you, and you will feed your cattle for free and keep all of the profit for yourself. Where is that ever done anywhere in the world? But then of course they have their boots on our necks, and this is them now pressing their advantage. Conversations in the comment section. The Malamis have given us our terms of surrender, but what are you making of the reading of it? Come share thoughts. But before you come into the comment section to engage, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all the clickings, the Malamis now are saying for them to get their boots off your neck, these are the things that you must do. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.